Hey, this is Jason Moss with Georgia Manufacturing Alliance, and today's edition of Manufacturing News Network, we've got a great guest that we're going to be talking with, Peter Sarno. And Peter is the events director for Trans Global Events. And you guys might have had an opportunity to meet him earlier this year during the Greener Manufacturing Show. And I might have already let the cat out of the bag to tell you what we're going to be talking about today, but we're really excited about partnering with the Greener Manufacturing Show for their next event coming up in October. And so, Peter, what I'd like you to do is, if you would, again, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on over in the UK, and what do we need to know about the Greener Manufacturing Show coming back to Atlanta?
Thank you for the introduction, Jason. Thanks very much. Yes, so over here in the UK, we're fighting the energy crisis like the rest of Europe, as you can probably imagine. But we'll skip from the bad news and go to the good news. Is that the Greener Manufacturing Show? It's coming back to Atlanta on October 11th and 12th, and this is North America's leading event for environmental and sustainable manufacturing solutions. And we're very excited to come back and be partnering and strengthening our relationship with the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, our event earlier this year, I tell you, I was hopeful, but I was a little cautious about having too high of expectations of a first year trade show in the U.S. around, the greener and sustainable manufacturing. But I tell you, you guys did a phenomenal job of facilitating that event. It was off the chart. The speakers that we had this past year were, I was just blown away with the quality of the speakers and the content that was covered during the show. And I'm thrilled that we were able to talk you guys into coming back to Atlanta, having this be the kind of the home base for year two, because we got enough traction, going into the first year show. I know when we did our first trade show with the Georgia Manufacturing Summit, doing a first year show is kind of tough because everybody wants to go walk the show to see if it's a fit for their business and see, kind of what it's all about. We got that done, and we really, I think, by working together, we're able to get the right people to the room, and now we've got a solid base to build on. It's not any big secret that sustainable manufacturing has not been the lead conversation that I've had in my manufacturing community. But now that I've opened up the dialogue with a lot of our members, I'm really pleasantly surprised with the feedback that I've gotten and the feedback that we've had from this past year's show. The excitement that I'm seeing right now with all of the attendees and all of the exhibitors that participated last year. Everybody is really stoked about getting another run at it and seeing how we can grow this. So what are you seeing on your side for the conversations that you've had with some of the previous exhibitors? Now, I'm focused, if you're in Georgia, you'll be dealing directly with me because I'm managing the registration and that kind of thing for the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance and other companies in the state. But you're, of course, you got a, not only national, but international presence, and you're bringing a lot of the companies from all around the world into Atlanta. So what are you hearing from some of your vendors and potential speakers and that kind of thing?
Yeah. So Jason, we've obviously been in conversation with the existing exhibitors who are at the show, and many of the speakers, and the feedback has been outstanding. A lot of surprised faces, where people, as you say, were just going to walk the show or see what it was like. So come and be in the conference program, or just take a small booth to see what the audience was like. But all the feedback has pointed towards a very engaged audience and a very interested audience, but also a relevant audience actually wants to do something. We've got some really great quotes from our exhibitors last year that you can find on our website and on the Georgia Manufacturing Alliance's website as well, just to highlight that fact. So don't listen to me. Look at that, and find out from them. But we had exhibitors there from last year that were from all over the US, Canada, companies coming all the way from Germany and the UK, etc., that we've created really great relationships with. And as I say, the appetite for sustainability was much larger than we initially imagined, even as an organizer. And this is why bringing the event back is very, very important, to bring it back to North America, but also creating a signature for the event and having it in Atlanta is very, very important to us, because a great manufacturing state, number one, but number two, it's also a really great location for everybody to logically travel to. And so, you know, when it's a 2-day event, it's got to be an easy place to get to. And that's why we're bringing it back also to Atlanta next year.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I tell you, we've got so many great manufacturers in Georgia across the state. I mean, the people I'm sure will be watching this video and listening to this podcast all around the country. And actually, we're beginning on our podcast, beginning to get a lot of international listeners as well. So that's pretty cool. But having Atlanta Hartsfield makes it easy for anybody on the globe to come to Atlanta. Doing it at the Cobb Galleria, those guys are a great partner with us, and I'm pleased to be doing it there again this year. There are a couple other pieces that we've got in play. We'll be letting you know about maybe some additional events attached to the Greener Manufacturing Show. So we're keep your eyes and ears out. But registration is now open. If you're a member of Georgia Manufacturing Alliance, you reach out to us. We'll give you a promotional code to be able to get for your attendee registration. And we have booths available right now. We kind of dipped our toe in last year, like everybody else, and we got a handful of our GMA folks to be exhibitors. But now we're really selective. We're trying to make sure that we get the right kind of companies that really want to talk about sustainable manufacturing and the greener side of the house. A lot of our manufacturers don't have a platform to talk about some of the successes that they've already had and some of the programs that they've implemented in their company. And this is a great place to do that. So we're going to be sharing best practices. We've got great speakers that'll be coming in, and registration is open. Just go to georgiamanufacturing.com and click on upcoming events, and you'll see the Greener Manufacturing Show. It's going to be October 11th and 12th at the Cobb Galleria. Again, we're doing this in partnership with our friends at Trans Global Events. And it'll be the Greener Manufacturing Show, plastics recycling, and partnered with GMA. So I tell you, we're really stoked about it. And Peter, if you got any closing words before we wrap this up?
Well, first of all, thanks very much for running the partnership again. We're really excited to be a part of it. You know, we had a 2-month run up to the last event, and now we've got a 12-month run up, or at least we did have a 12-month run up, so at least. And so we know we can achieve great things together. And, you know, one last point is just to give everyone an expectation of the show is we will be planning to bring together, you know, an audience of nearly, if not over 2,000 people at the event, all in the manufacturing sector, all focusing on the local area of manufacturing and also sustainability within manufacturing. So yeah, that's my final word. And, you know, again, to reiterate, it's great to work with Georgia Manufacturing Alliance and have this partnership again. So thanks very much.
That's great. I tell you, we got, I think we just looked at the numbers. There's over $10 billion in sustainable manufacturing coming in through Georgia. I mean, in Georgia, we got so much great stuff going on with the Hyundai EV plant and the battery plants that we've got coming all across the board. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of new jobs that are coming into this space. It is a positive impact for the state of Georgia and our, and our planet. I think, we got to connect all the dots, and this is the place that we get to do it. With that, Peter, we're going to wrap this thing up. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Call us on the phone at 770-338-0051 for Georgia Manufacturing. You can go online to georgiamanufacturing.com under the events tab, and you'll see the Greener Manufacturing show. If you're interested in getting a booth, if you've got questions, feel free to reach out to us and give us a call and register to attend the event for sure. But with that, we're going to sign off. It has been another great day. Georgia Manufacturing Alliance and Manufacturing News Network. We'll see you guys at upcoming events. Take care.